You have damaged drywall that sort of looks like this. Well, this video is going to go over how you're going to be able to repair this small damaged drywall area and get it back to looking new. Now, to start off, let me tell you, there is a ton of different ways to repair drywall. This method I've been using for the past 20 years, and the end result always comes out perfect. First, you're going to measure the area to see what size drywall piece you will need, and then mark it out on the wall so that way you can measure it out on the new piece of sheet. What this is going to allow you to do is cut this piece out, and then you can trace it over the damaged drywall area to get the perfect drywall fit. Before removing the damaged area, grab yourself a grocery bag or a paper bag, and what you're going to do is you're going to tape it on the wall underneath the area you're going to be working. What this is going to allow you to do is all the debris and dust is going to fall down into the bag, and it's going to create less of a mess to clean up later. Now take a sharp utility blade or a drywall saw and cut out the damaged area. Now double check to make sure that drywall piece you did trace out and cut fits in the hole. Once verified that drywall piece fits, you're going to take it out and you're going to 45 the edges on the new piece of drywall and the existing wall so that it creates a small gap for the joint compound to sit in. Next, you're going to want to grab a small piece of wood. Usually I recommend a 1x2 or a 1x4, depending on how big the gap is that you're trying to secure the new drywall to the existing wall. Do yourself a favor, put a screw into the piece of wood so that way you have something to hold on to when positioning the new piece of wood inside the wall. Attach the piece of wood to the wall with a couple of drywall screws. Take the new piece of drywall that you've already custom fit to the hole and secure it to the wall. Use mesh fiber tape to go over the area that you are going to be repairing. I usually do the mesh fiber tape in this situation because the wall is not flexing in this area and it's not going to be prone to cracking. I like using 5-minute mud for these projects since it is a small area and it allows me to move a little bit quicker than using traditional joint compound. You're going to just add water, only mix up the amount that you're going to use because it's going to start getting hard the moment you put water on it and you start mixing it. Now you're looking for the consistency a little bit thicker than pancake mix so that way you can smooth it out over the area. Again, go back and forth, add some water, and make sure that it's blended very well before applying it to the wall. Now that it's mixed, take your drywall knife and force that joint compound into the edges first to make sure that there's enough material that's going to bond the new piece of drywall to the old piece of drywall. And then once that's there, just start working it around and smoothing it over. The first coat is not going to look the prettiest and it's going to look very rough and you think that you're going to have to keep pushing more onto the area, but trust me, we're going to be doing 3 coats. This one is just the base layer and it does not have to be perfect. I like to use a heat gun to speed up the process of dry time. As you can see right here, it's going to go from like a gray color to a solid white. Once it's white, you know that the product is cured and you're ready to put the second coat on. Now that the mud is mixed up, we're able to apply the second round of joint compound over the patched area. This is going to be the second round with your heat gun. Doing a quick sand job at this part is going to allow you to knock down any high spots, and it's going to make your final skim coat a lot easier to put onto the wall. Apply the final skim coat. Again, less material, the better. This is only just to fill in any area that might be a little bit too high or a little bit too low. That's right, you know it. It's the heat gun time. You can use the drywall blade to knock down any of the high spots, and then this is going to be the final sanding moment. You're going to make sure everything is smooth. Next, tape off the area that we're going to be spraying texture on so it doesn't get all over the place. It's time to texture the wall. You could grab this texture in a can at pretty much any home improvement store, and you're going to shake it up for about 60 seconds. You're able to adjust the pressure that you're going to add onto the wall. Grab a spare piece of drywall to do the first shot onto, so that way you could get that really watery down mixture out. Now you could fine tune it to match up the texture that is existing already on the wall. When spraying the texture on the wall, just make sure you do a random spray. Don't do it in the pattern. Now hit it with the heat gun to help it dry quickly. You can see it change from a darker color to a lighter color. Now we're going to put a second coat over it. I'm going to kick up the size of the orange peel. That's going to be a little bit closer to what is on the wall, and then go over the entire area. Dry it with the heat gun. I'm telling you, get yourself a heat gun. It makes the job a lot easier, and you don't have to wait extended amount of time between steps. Now it's time to take off the painter's tape. It's going to have a slight line for where the new texture is compared to the old texture. Just take the texture can and lightly spray over that line, and it will blend it in seamlessly. This is an important step. You have to prime the entire area where you repaired the wall and sprayed the new texture, so that way when you put the new paint on the wall, it's going to blend seamlessly with the existing paint. Hit it with the heat gun to speed up the drying process. It's time to paint the wall with the color matched paint. Be sure to apply 2 coats. Once you do, your project's done. I hope this tutorial helped with repairing your small drywall issue. Thanks again for watching. I definitely appreciate every single one of you. And as always, guys, stay handy, my friends. See you on the next one.